Have you ever gazed up at the night sky, awash with a million stars, and felt a profound whisper of something ancient, something hidden, lying just beyond our understanding? Have you ever questioned the origin of darkness, the roots of envy, the very genesis of conflict in a world created for perfection? Today we're embarking on a journey into the deepest recesses of time, into the heart of a cosmic drama that unfolded before humanity even drew its first breath. This isn't just a story, it's the untold secret, a rebellion that echoes through eternity, shaping our very existence. Prepare to uncover the astonishing truth behind the fall, the rebellion in heaven, and the secret of the fallen angels. This truth, I promise you, will illuminate our own struggles, strengthen our faith, and offer a powerful lens through which to view the spiritual battles we face daily. My own quest to understand this mystery began when I first wrestled with the concept of evil in a world made by a loving God. The scriptures, I discovered, held answers more profound and dramatic than any fiction I had ever encountered. Imagine, if you will, a realm of pure light, of unblemished beauty and unending harmony. This was heaven, the throne room of the Almighty, pulsating with divine energy, joy, and purpose. In this celestial sanctuary lived countless angels, each a magnificent creation, radiating glory, serving God with unwavering devotion. They were beings of splendor, fashioned for worship, for carrying out divine will. Their voices, I imagine, blended into a symphony of praise that reverberated through the cosmos, a melody of perfect adoration. Among these luminous beings, one stood out, a masterpiece of creation: Lucifer. His name, Light-bearer, perfectly described his essence. He was adorned with jewels, a crown of brilliant light, a figure of breathtaking perfection and immense power. Ezekiel 28:13 describes his magnificence. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone adorned you. He was a cherub, an anointed guardian, positioned close to the divine presence, privy to the very heart of God's glory. His wisdom was unparalleled, his beauty captivating. My heart aches to think of the potential he held, the path he could have continued on.
But something shifted, slowly, subtly. An insidious change began to brew within Lucifer's magnificent heart. It wasn't a sudden cataclysm, but a creeping poison, a tiny seed of doubt, then pride, that took root. I often wonder how it started, how such a perfect being could harbor such a destructive thought. Perhaps it began with admiring his own reflection a little too long, delighting in his own brilliance more than the source of that brilliance. He started to look inward, not upward. Isaiah 14:12-14 paints a vivid, chilling picture of this transformation. How you are fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning! How you are cut down to the ground, for you have said in your heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will be like the Most High. Can you feel the arrogance in those words? The audacious leap from admiration to aspiration for equality, then supremacy. This wasn't just a private thought. It was a rebellion brewing, a whisper campaign spreading through the celestial hosts. He began to plant seeds of discontent among the other angels. He questioned God's authority, his wisdom, perhaps even his love. He offered an alternative, a seductive promise of greater freedom, higher glory, a different path to fulfillment, one not centered on submission, but on self-exaltation. It was a masterclass in manipulation, a subtle twisting of truth that slowly but surely began to divide the unified ranks of heaven. I imagine the confusion, the unease that must have rippled through the celestial realms. Angels, who had only ever known perfect unity and love, were suddenly confronted with division, with a choice they had never conceived of. Imagine the sheer weight of that decision: to follow the most glorious of God's creatures, or to remain steadfast in loyalty to the Creator Himself. This was the ultimate test of faith, of trust. The tension mounted. The very fabric of heaven, once a tapestry of pure worship, now felt a tremor. It wasn't a physical battle with swords and shields, but a profound spiritual conflict, a war of hearts and minds. Lucifer, now called Satan, the adversary, gathered his followers. He painted a picture of a new order, a kingdom where they would be free from the constraints of divine authority. He must have been incredibly charismatic, persuasive beyond measure, to convince so many glorious beings to turn their backs on the source of their very existence. The stakes were immeasurable. The universe held its breath. My own understanding deepened as I realized this isn't just an ancient story. It's the prototype for every temptation, every deceit, every rebellious thought we encounter in our own lives. It's the origin story of spiritual warfare, a battle that continues even today. The angels were forced to make an irrevocable choice. There was no middle ground, no fence to sit on.
Then came the confrontation. Not a gentle persuasion, but a decisive act. Revelation 12, 7-9 describes this climactic moment with stunning imagery. And war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought with the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought. But they did not prevail, nor was a place found for them any longer in heaven. So the great dragon was cast out, that serpent of old, called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. He was cast to the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Can you feel the thunderous impact of that expulsion? Imagine the terrifying flash, the deafening sound of a celestial tearing as a third of the stars, a third of heaven's glorious inhabitants were violently cast down. It wasn't just a fall. It was a plummet, a wrenching separation from light, from grace, from home. Jesus himself in Luke 10:18 tells us, "I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven." A single, devastating strike, an irreversible descent into outer darkness. The once glorious light-bearer became the prince of darkness. The perfect cherub became the deceiver, the destroyer. His beauty twisted into malevolence, his wisdom perverted into cunning. This was the moment evil entered the cosmos, not as an equal force to God, but as a consequence of rebellious choice. The profound tragedy of it all still grips my heart. The immense loss, the permanent scarring of creation, all born from pride. This cataclysmic event, this rebellion and fall, wasn't just a celestial anecdote. It set the stage for everything that followed, including our own human story. When God created humanity, He did so in His own image, bestowing upon us free will, just as He had given to the angels. And it was this fallen angel, Satan, who orchestrated the temptation in the Garden of Eden, bringing sin, death, and suffering into our world. He is the adversary spoken of throughout Scripture, the one who seeks to steal, kill, and destroy. But here's the profound truth, the radiant hope that emerges from this darkness. God, in His infinite wisdom and love, had a plan long before the foundations of the world were laid. He knew the rebellion would happen. He knew humanity would fall, and He had already prepared the way for redemption. This ancient history carries immense practical application for our lives today. We are not immune to the tactics of the fallen angels. Just as Lucifer deceived a third of heaven's host, Satan and his demons continue to sow seeds of doubt, pride, and division in our hearts and in our world. We face a spiritual battle, not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. Ephesians 6:12. This knowledge isn't meant to instill fear, but to awaken us, to make us vigilant, aware of the unseen realities that influence our daily lives. My own journey of understanding this story has transformed my perspective on temptation. When I feel a subtle nudge towards envy or a whisper of pride, I remember Lucifer's fall. I understand that these aren't just random thoughts. They're echoes of an ancient rebellion, tactics perfected over millennia. But knowing this also empowers me, because just as Michael and his angels stood firm, we too can stand firm in our faith. We are not alone in this fight. God has equipped us with His Spirit, His Word, and the impenetrable armor of righteousness. He has given us the power to choose loyalty, to choose truth, to choose love, just as those faithful angels chose. The secret of the fallen angels reveals a powerful message of faith. God's sovereignty remains absolute. Despite the chaos, despite the darkness, His plan will prevail. He is not surprised by evil. He has already overcome it through Christ's sacrifice on the cross. We live in a world where the rebellion continues, where the adversary roams like a roaring lion seeking someone to devour. But we also live in a world where the victory has already been won. Our role is to remain steadfast, to cling to the light, to choose allegiance to the Creator who loves us beyond measure. Every choice we make, every act of faith, every moment of resisting temptation is a small victory in this grand cosmic narrative. It's a testament to the power of a loving God who offers us redemption, a path back to eternal harmony, a future free from the shadow of that ancient rebellion. We are invited to be part of His triumphant story, to live lives that reflect His light, echoing the faithful angels who chose loyalty over pride. This revelation strengthens my faith, reminding me that even in the darkest valleys, the light of God's truth shines brightest, promising ultimate victory and eternal peace for those who choose Him. So, what are your thoughts on this profound story? How does the ancient rebellion of the fallen angels resonate with your own understanding of good and evil, of faith and temptation? Share your insights and reflections in the comments below. If this journey into biblical truth has stirred your spirit and deepened your faith, please hit that like button. And for more captivating explorations into the mysteries of Scripture, subscribe to our channel and join our community. Together, let's continue to uncover the timeless wisdom that shapes our lives and guides our path.